And we've been giving you guys some exciting games here. It's nice that we were able to close this one out and have a really good fourth quarter and have positive contributions from so many players. So nice to get this win.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Jordan Canada. She took what we thought was several kind of hits to the face out there. Was there something that you saw from your vantage point? It was hard to see what we were seeing. I guess it was hard to see the floor from there. But she came back in the second half, and she's a tough cookie. Can you just talk about her resiliency as well?
Yeah, she's just really tough. There was some screens that she was trying to avoid and uh, couldn't for whatever reason. Not her fault. And unfortunately, it gashed her eye, and then at halftime she had to get stitches, and that's why she wasn't there for the start of the second half. But as soon as she got, you know, uh, done with medical and was on the bench, we put her right back in, and she made great decisions today. Like she'd penetrate, and she didn't quite have it, so she would look to kick it out to shooters. I think it was what 9 assists, 1 turnover for the game. Just excellent job by her. And then the defensive pressure that uh, we extended the pressure a little bit because they got off to such a good start shooting threes that we extended the pressure a little bit, and that started with her.
Speaking of threes, Nas over here, coach. Nas had a career high three or four, excuse me, 3 pointers made. Just what is it like seeing her shot fall, especially with all the hard work she's putting this season?
Well, it's being rewarded. Uh, our assistant coach Chelsea Lyles works with her on shooting every day. Uh, Nas has made great strides in her shot. You can see that uh, she's comfortable in big moments taking them, and we're comfortable with her taking them. When she's open, we want her to take it. And, uh, that last stretch in the fourth quarter, hitting a couple in a row, that really was huge and, a big part of the difference.
Coach, last season the Dream won 15 games, and this season heading in or close to the halfway point, you guys are at 12. How exciting is it that you guys are making progress as a team?
Yeah. Every game's a struggle. So you're catching me in a good moment right now. Like, I feel like we have a really good team. We're not all the way there yet. Uh, and as a coach, you're like, wow, you only got half a season left to get to where you need to be. So uh, I'm trying not to let that stress go on to the players, but we do need a sense of urgency about getting better every time we're together because there's not that many practices left. And, at the end of the year, you want to have the toughest team that you can possibly have. But, you know, I like, uh, I like our team. I like the possibilities of what this team can become. And, hopefully we achieve what we're setting out to do right now.
Coach, you said y'all have been giving us some exciting games over the course of the last few games, and they have been really exciting. What was the difference tonight in finishing, and what, in your opinion, what made the difference and allowed you all to finish this one?
Well, this won't be a great answer, but in truth, like we knocked down the shots at the end. Like uh, we got open, we knocked them down. Our players just made plays down the stretch. We had some good defensive stops where we at least forced tough shots. They got good players the ball in good positions, but at least we forced tough shots. And down the stretch, they didn't go for them, and we got shots and they went down for us. And uh, hopefully we can build upon that. It'll give us some confidence that we know we're capable of doing it, and uh, hopefully we'll be good closing out games from here on out.
Coach, for the next few practices, what do you feel like the team will need to focus on the most to continue improving in the way that they have been?
Well, there's a long list, and I don't mean that as a negative. Like every team has a lot of things that they can get better at. The thing for me is with such limited time, you really got to focus on what are the two or three biggest impact things that you could really work on and help the team right now. And then, like the assistant coaches all have player responsibilities, and they need to pick one or two things with each player that could have the biggest impact for winning to go over. I'm not trying to avoid the question. There's some things that I think, but I'll watch the film and we'll pick one or two things and the next practice and hopefully get a little better at that. And the one after that, we'll review what we went over and maybe add one more thing, but it's that incremental progress that hopefully will have the biggest impact as the season goes forward.
Coach, obviously, the shots started falling toward the latter part of the game, but also I wanted to pinpoint the impact in the paint between Breonna Jones and Brittany Griner. How good was it for you to see them kind of going back and forth together, especially earlier part in the game?
Yeah, I thought BG really settled us down after a rough start. Like we got it into her and she either finished a shot or she got fouled. So, she did a great job with that. And then, Bree came in. We kept pounding it inside and our bigs just made good decisions with it. They look to score and then all of a sudden they start sending quicker double teams on them and trying to surround them and they're making passes out or passes to cutters. Uh, so I really think they made a huge difference in the game. Our ability just to throw it inside to them and play off of them and trust them to make good decisions. And I thought they kind of got us back in the game. And I don't know if you call Naza big, but her being able to come in and kind of stretch the floor when they were trying to sag in on the bigs and knock down those threes were huge.
Good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.